In a world where everybody's talking, the most powerful people are often silent. Silent about their plans, silent about their money, silent about their next move, silent about their pain, silent about their progress. Meanwhile, most people reveal everything. Their goals, their emotions, their finances, their insecurities, their strategies, and without realizing it, they weaken themselves. The ancient Stoics understood something modern society forgot. Silence is power. Marcus Aurelius wrote most of his deepest thoughts privately, not for applause, not for attention, but for self-mastery. Today, silence is rare. Everyone wants validation. Everyone wants recognition. Everyone wants to announce success before it even exists. But silence can become a financial weapon, because silence protects focus, discipline, reputation, strategy, emotional control. In this video, we'll explore why silence creates wealth, why talking too much destroys opportunities, how disciplined silence increases power, why wealthy people often move quietly, and how Stoic wisdom turns silence into an advantage. Let's begin. Part 1. Most people talk too much. One of the biggest reasons people stay stuck is because they confuse talking with progress. They announce goals constantly. I'm starting a business. I'm going to become rich. Big things are coming. Watch what happens next. But then, nothing happens. The Stoics believed words should be used carefully, because excessive talking drains energy. Think about it. The moment many people announce a goal, they feel emotionally rewarded before doing the work. Their brain receives satisfaction from attention instead of achievement. And slowly, motivation disappears. Silence protects momentum, because when nobody knows your plans, you focus more on execution than appearance. Epictetus warned people not to talk excessively about philosophy. Instead, he said, live it. That applies to success too. Do not constantly talk about discipline. Become disciplined. Do not constantly announce goals. Build quietly. Real power rarely needs noise. Part 2. Silence protects your focus. Modern life is designed to destroy concentration. Notifications, opinions, arguments, drama, validation. Everybody wants your attention. But attention is financial power, because focused people create value, and value creates wealth. Silence removes unnecessary noise. It allows the mind to think clearly. This is why many wealthy people protect their environment carefully. They avoid pointless arguments, constant gossip, negative conversations, emotional chaos, attention-seeking behavior, because mental clarity affects financial decisions. A distracted mind struggles to build anything meaningful. The Stoics valued inner calm because calmness improves judgment. Imagine trying to build wealth while constantly reacting emotionally to social media, criticism, gossip, comparison, drama. Your energy disappears, but silence creates space for thought. And thoughtful people usually make better decisions. Part 3. Silence stops people from sabotaging you. Not everyone wants to see you succeed. That is reality. Some people support you publicly, while secretly hoping you fail. Others discourage you because your ambition reminds them of their own excuses. This is why silence matters. The more people know about your plans, the more opinions, doubt, jealousy, and interference enter your life. The Stoics understood human nature deeply. Seneca warned against surrounding yourself with negativity and foolish influence. When you constantly reveal goals, people project fear onto you. They discourage you. They mock your ambition. They distract your focus. And if your discipline is weak, their opinions can alter your direction. Silent people avoid unnecessary resistance. They move strategically, quietly, not because they fear people, but because they understand energy must be protected. A seed grows underground before becoming visible. Success works the same way. Part 4. Silence creates mystery and respect. People often respect what they cannot fully read. A person who speaks less usually appears more controlled, more disciplined, more thoughtful. Meanwhile, people who constantly overshare often lose influence. Why? Because emotional exposure weakens perceived stability. The Stoics admired composure. A calm person under pressure appears powerful. Imagine two individuals. One reacts emotionally to everything. The other remains calm and measured. Who appears stronger? Silence creates emotional gravity, and emotional gravity attracts respect. In business, negotiations, leadership, and finance, calmness becomes an advantage. The loudest person is rarely the strongest. Sometimes loudness hides insecurity, but controlled silence communicates confidence. A disciplined silent person observes carefully, listens deeply, thinks strategically, reacts slowly. That combination becomes extremely powerful financially, because opportunities often go to those who remain composed under pressure. Part 5. Silence improves decision-making. Many financial mistakes happen emotionally. People invest emotionally, spend emotionally, quit emotionally, panic emotionally. But silence slows reaction, and slowing reaction improves judgment. The Stoics practiced reflection daily. Before reacting, they examined situations rationally. That pause creates power. Imagine receiving criticism. An emotional person reacts instantly. A disciplined silent person pauses, thinks, analyzes, responds carefully. That single habit changes relationships, reputation, and opportunities. The same applies financially. Silence allows analysis, and analysis prevents impulsive mistakes. Many people lose money because they cannot sit quietly long enough to think clearly. They chase hype. They follow crowds. They react emotionally. Meanwhile, disciplined thinkers remain patient, and patience often creates profit. Part 6. Silence reduces ego. Ego destroys wealth more than lack of intelligence. Many people go broke trying to look successful. They flex money they don't have, compete unnecessarily, overspend for attention, chase status constantly. Why? Because ego craves recognition. The Stoics warned against dependence on external validation, because validation addiction makes people irrational. Silent people often avoid this trap. They do not need constant applause. They focus on reality instead of appearances. That creates financial stability. A disciplined person asks, "Is this useful?" An ego-driven person asks, "Will people admire this?" That difference changes lives. Real wealth often grows quietly, without noise, without performance, without desperate attention-seeking. And ironically, silent, disciplined people often become more respected than loud people, chasing approval constantly. Part 7. Silence helps you observe opportunities. People who talk constantly rarely observe deeply, but observers notice patterns others miss. The Stoics valued observation because understanding reality creates advantage. Silence sharpens awareness. You begin noticing human behavior, financial patterns, business opportunities, emotional manipulation, weaknesses in systems, valuable connections. Most people are too busy speaking to notice what is happening around them, but wealth often comes from observation. A great entrepreneur notices problems others ignore. A disciplined investor notices patterns others miss. A wise leader notices emotions before others do. Silence increases perception, and perception creates strategic advantage. Part 8. Silence protects your emotional energy. Energy is one of the most valuable forms of wealth, and unnecessary talking drains it constantly. Arguments drain energy. Drama drains energy. Explaining yourself drains energy. Defending yourself drains energy. The Stoics believed peace of mind was priceless, because a disturbed mind struggles to think wisely. Many people are financially exhausted not only because of work, but because of emotional chaos. They are constantly responding, explaining, arguing, reacting, seeking approval. Silent, disciplined people conserve energy, and conserved energy becomes productive power. Instead of fighting every battle, they focus on meaningful goals. That is strategic living. Part 9. Why wealthy people often move quietly. Notice something interesting. Many truly wealthy people are surprisingly private. Not all, but many. They do not reveal every move publicly. Why? Because silence protects. Strategy, peace, security, focus. Meanwhile, insecure people often perform success loudly. The Stoics believed appearance means little without substance. A loud lifestyle can hide fragile finances, but quiet discipline builds lasting strength. Real wealth often looks ordinary, because disciplined people prioritize ownership, investments, freedom, stability, long-term thinking, instead of constant performance. This is why silence becomes a financial weapon. It allows growth without distraction. Part 10. The power of silent consistency. One of the most powerful things in life is quiet consistency. No announcements. No constant motivation speeches. Just disciplined action repeated daily. The Stoics respected action more than image, because results eventually speak louder than words. Most people quit because they rely on emotional excitement. But silent, disciplined people continue even when nobody notices. And over time, consistency compounds. 1 hour daily becomes mastery. Small savings become investments. Repeated discipline becomes opportunity. The world notices results eventually. But during the process, silence protects growth. Part 11. When to speak and when to stay silent. Stoicism does not mean never speaking. It means speaking wisely. There are moments to communicate clearly, defend truth, lead others, teach, express ideas. But disciplined people understand not every thought deserves expression. Not every insult deserves response. Not every plan deserves announcement. Not every opinion deserves attention. This level of control creates emotional maturity, and emotional maturity improves financial life dramatically because self-control affects negotiations, business relationships, leadership, reputation, decision-making. A person who controls their tongue often controls their future better too. Part 12. How to practice Stoic silence. Here are practical ways to build silent strength. 1. Stop announcing every goal. Build first, talk later. 2. Learn to pause before reacting. Silence gives emotions time to settle. 3. Reduce unnecessary arguments. Not every battle deserves energy. 4. Spend more time observing. Listen more carefully. People reveal themselves constantly. 5. Protect your plans. Not everyone needs access to your vision. 6. Practice solitude. Silence becomes easier when you are comfortable alone. 7. Focus on results instead of validation. Let actions speak eventually. Conclusion. The Stoics understood something modern society often ignores. Silence is not weakness. It is control, and control creates power. A silent, disciplined person thinks clearly, observes deeply, protects energy. Ichiro avoids unnecessary conflict, moves strategically, builds patiently. Meanwhile, loud, undisciplined people often waste energy chasing attention instead of progress. Remember this. Noise attracts attention, but silence builds strength. And in finance, strength matters more than appearance, because wealth is rarely created through emotional reactions and constant talking. It is usually created through more patience, observation, discipline, long-term thinking, all qualities strengthened by silence. So the next time you feel the urge to announce everything, pause, move quietly, build steadily, protect your focus, and let your results speak louder than your words ever could.